Hello guys, this is Shiraz amazing videos. Review of the Peugeot e-3008. This is the 3008, Peugeot's replacement that helped the company turn things around. The outgoing one was well built, had a gorgeously appointed cabin, and was a pleasure to drive. Warning: the new one is also, but with one notable, if unanticipated, alteration. Here, we're operating the all-electric model. It is also available as a petrol mild hybrid. A plug-in hybrid will be available later. Its selection of propulsion puts it up against numerous competitors. Consider the Tesla Model Y, Volvo EX40, Volkswagen ID.4 or ID.5, Renault Scenic, Hyundai Kona Electric or Ioniq 5, Nissan Ariya, Toyota BZ4X, Ford Mustang Mach-E, and BMW X1 when considering electric vehicles. There are two battery sizes available for it, and it has either a single front motor or twin front and rear motors. The headlines are striking. We tested the model with a 73 kWh battery, which has a 326-mile WLTP range, with FWD or AWD. That, too, is the less than ideal option, as the top option, which will eventually be the enormous 98 kWh slab, will cover 422 miles WLTP. Thus, range is derived from both operating efficiency and large batteries. Honestly, the smaller pack is all that any family needs because the kids will be begging to use it for a little stop long before it runs out of juice. The larger one, however, will reassure buyers of road warrior fleets. They're too eager to take a chance on a detour on their way to the national headquarters to deliver their PowerPoint to the regional directors conference. Peak charging is 160 kilowatts, which, if a charger is available, translates to 20 to 80% charge in 30 minutes, or an average of 87 kilowatts. The EV version is completely brand new. Batteries, body, platform, suspension, screen and interior system. The 9 complete meters. Peugeot, however, believes that a strong brand must be consistent, which is why its styling is obviously derived from the previous one. The fastback tail, which reduces drag and increases electric efficiency, is the most noticeable change. The platform will support an extremely significant lineup of vehicles under the massive Stellantis brand, including the upcoming Vauxhall Grandland and the Peugeot 508 and 508, which have 7 seats each. You don't have to be Hercule Poirot to predict these vehicles. However, the range is very wide, ranging from the chunky and somewhat rugged off-road Jeep Recon to a sporty Alfa Giulia replacement via DS and Lancia. Plus, the Chrysler Airflow for those living in Americaland. Excellent location. Purpose-built electric vehicles are typically said to be less compromised than modified combustion vehicles. When we inquired about the engineering process behind this vehicle, the chief engineer gave us a direct response. It's 3 different platforms, EV, ICE, and PHEV, with one car on top. Although the entire central underfloor and rear structure are different, they share the same suspension and front crash structure. Its exterior is the same size as the previous one because Peugeot has prevented its dimensions from growing. Regretfully, this implies that the underfloor battery takes up the foot space of those behind, so there isn't additional legroom to make up for it. The back doesn't feel as spacious as it does on the competitors. Parents will not receive gratitude from lanky teenagers. However, the boot fits well. Click the interior tab to view more information. Although a 21-inch screen may seem intimidating, Peugeot's iCockpit setup is updated with this screen and switchgear system, which is simple to operate. The teenagers will be helpful in configuring the numerous shortcuts and customizable layouts. It is reassuringly solid, generally very unflustered, and fluid and accurate to drive. Not very inspiring, though, because you're constantly conscious of its weight. We'd rather have a vehicle that feels more a part of the road. The e-3008 floats a little after a sudden bump in the road and pitches into a tight corner a little reluctantly due to the steering's lack of feedback from having to be strongly assisted. On the languid end of the EV spectrum is acceleration. According to the engineer, this version's suspension and structure are stronger, heavier than necessary because the platform is intended for off-roaders and 7-seaters. They also decided not to use a lot of aluminum because doing so would increase costs. Therefore, even the lightest version weighs over 2,100 kilograms. Suck it up. A quarter-ton less is the more capacious Renault Scenic Electric. The e-3008 is powerful enough to tow a trailer weighing 1,250 kilograms, or 1,350 kilograms with the AWD model. To some extent, he is correct. EV efficiency and range are primarily determined by aerodynamics at high speeds, not weight. For a car of its type, the 3008 has a low total drag, and it does prove to be fairly efficient. It is not inexpensive. The 73 kWh model, without any options, starts at £45,850, £11,000 more than the 1.2 petrol car. Whoa! When the 98 kWh model eventually goes on sale, we can't bear to think of how much it will cost. Verdict: the design and quality of the cabins are incredibly appealing. While the ride is quiet and elegant overall, it can get a little thumpy at times. The e-3008 doesn't feel like a revolution for a fresh start. That will be a victory for many. The design and cabin have been refined and enhanced. The MEB cars from Volkswagen, which divided opinion with their RWD conversion, minimalist interiors, and absurdly complex interface, are not present here. However, the e-3008 isn't a perfect sweep. More rear space will be desired by some families, and we apologize for its clumsiness. Peugeot has attempted to increase range by providing large batteries that are connected to electronics and motors with high efficiency. Bi-directional charging is also available. The design and quality of the cabin are incredibly appealing. Over long distances, the ride is generally smooth, quiet, and easygoing, though it can get a little thumpy at times. Which you'll find enjoyable as range anxiety disappears. It is a comforting place to be.